Hello, beautiful people. Today is 20th of September. My name is Sahil and welcome to the newspaper analysis. Now, guys, first of all, let's have a look on today's GS border. So, today we'll take a quote from the Martin Luther King Jr., the most prominent civil rights activist and the one who gave the popular speech of I Have a Dream. He says, true peace is not merely the absence of tension, it is the presence of justice. So, guys, justice, so basically, peace is an active concept where you also needs to build the capabilities of the most poor, vulnerable, and marginalized communities so that they can also give their equal contribution into the growth and development. Now, guys, whenever talking about justice, please equate with the capability building approach which was given by the Amartya Sen. Now, guys, this particular quote we can utilize into the GS paper number 2, GS paper number 4, as well as into the topics of essay. So, guys, that's it. And now let's have a newspaper analysis.
Now, guys, first of all, let's have an overview of the entire newspaper first. Now, guys, today is Sunday, and as on Sunday, there are no editorials, so therefore, editorial analysis will not be there. Moreover, today's newspaper is little bit light as the news pertaining to more of conflicts, crisis, etc. are there, which are not important for our exam. For example, here you can see the arrest of Al Qaeda operatives, then the Punjab CM asking the Akalis to pull out of NDA, not at all important for our exam. Guys, city page, regional page also is also not having the much important and relevant news. Then, guys, moving forward, so as we move, we can see that here some important news has been given with respect to certain of the bills. Now it mentions about the IBC bill. This particular article mentions about the labor sector reform bill. Then, guys, here we can see that the Public Health Act has been mentioned. Then here the CRISPR test for COVID has been mentioned. Then, guys, moving forward onto the world page, nothing important with respect to the UPSC has been given. Then, guys, onto the business page, some certain data has been given with respect to the external debt, with respect to the net direct tax collection. However, guys, these data will be changing, so not that much important. Then, guys, as today is science and tech, so guys, this particular article talks about the protection against the COB2 may be short-lived, not at all important, guys, because these articles are based on independent research and such kind of things are very prone to change. Then, guys, here the sewage analysis has been mentioned. We'll see this thing. Then, guys, here we can see that last Sunday we had seen that there was the same article where certain groundbreaking inventions in ICT were being talked about. Now, guys, here just some basically inventions such as has been talked about, but substantial material with respect to the UPSC has not at all provided. You can ignore this article very safely. Then, guys, this article talks about the life markers on Venus. Now, guys, it is again talking about the LAC, but enough of articles we had seen. Then the Sputnik 5 and long road to vaccine. So, guys, in last week RDIF has made an kind of an agreement with the India on to the trials of the Sputnik 5 drugs. So, guys, all that thing has been taken up. Then, guys, the sports page, nothing important has been given here. So, guys, that's it, and now let's take the newspaper analysis in detail.
Now, guys, taking up the first news. So, this particular news pertains to the bills which have been laid into the Lok Sabha with respect to the labor sector. Now, this particular news will be important for our GS paper number 3, labor reforms. Right now, as the parliament session is going on, such bills will be coming into the news. First of all, just a couple of days back, we had seen that government moved the agricultural ordinance into bills into the parliament, due to which there was a large controversy also, and the farmers into the Punjab were protesting. However, guys, coming to this particular news, now before that I will give you some background. See, whenever we talk about labor, labor is provided into the concurrent list. Therefore, both parliament as well as state legislature, they have they have power with respect to making laws onto the labor, and as a result more than 150 laws onto the labor have been made. Now, many a times these laws are archaic, many a times these multiple laws, they clash with each other, come in conflict, and therefore our labor sector is either heavily regulated or not regulated at all at some places, and this particular thing is also problematic in ease of doing business of India. So therefore, for from past 3-4 years, government is trying that certain of the core labor laws, they should be consolidated into the 4 labor codes. Now what are these 4 labor codes? They are the industrial relation code, then they are the occupational safety, health and working condition code, then it is the code on social security, and the fourth is the code on the wages. So guys, earlier the 44 laws were being converted into these 4 labor codes, but now the 29 labor laws will be converted into these 4 codes. Now as I have told you, let that last from 3-4 years, government is trying to press them. Now in 2019 also the bill for them was placed, but they were criticized, there were problems. So this year the new version of these bill have been placed. Now first of all guys, I have told you here onto the screen the 4, but this last one, the code on wages, it has already been passed. So out of 4, 1 passed, 3 are remaining. So for them again the bill has been placed into the parliament. Now first of all guys, the industrial relation code that we are talking about, the most important feature in this particular code is that it had provided that companies which have less than 300 workers, they can cut jobs, they can fire the employees without taking the approval from the government or the regulatory boards. Now this particular thing has been criticized that it will give a power of a hire and fire to the companies, and therefore the job security for the workers will not be there. However, on to the part of bringing the economic ease, such kind of thing have also been appreciated. Then guys, so talking about the occupational safety and health and working condition code. So here government had actually tried to merge the interstate migrant workmen's act 1978, which talks about the migrants who are coming from one state to other state. So that particular law has been merged here, and it has been said that the migrant issue will now be taken up more properly. However, there also are the criticisms. Then guys, the third, that is the code on social security. Now here what has been provided? First of all guys, it has been said that the gig workers will be provided the social securities. Now what are the gig workers? Gig workers are the ones who basically associate with any enterprise or any company for some ad hoc basis, or basically you can say that on a project basis they will take up a specific work. The engagement will not be permanent, so they will be given the benefits such as the life and disability insurance, health and maternity benefit, provident fund, skill upgradation facilities, all will be provided to them. So guys, this is with respect to GS paper number 3, labor reforms. If a question comes, please do utilize these newly placed bills. So guys, that's it about this particular thing, and now we'll move to the next article. Now guys, this particular article here, the Public Health Act has been mentioned. Now first of all, if I tell you the news as the session is going on, so into the session the bill has been placed with respect to the amendment of the Epidemic Disease Act to 1897. Now this particular 1897 act was meant to deal with the plague that was very much rampant into the region of Bombay in 1897, and now as the COVID-19 has been there, this particular act has been utilized into the initial phases. Now guys, under this particular act, an ordinance was passed, that was the epidemic disease amendment ordinance, and under the ordinance it was said that it will be a crime to basically to show any violent behavior against the health workers, and for that particular thing the jail up to 5 years was mentioned. Now that particular ordinance has been converted into an amendment bill. Now guys, as this particular thing was going on, it was also said that government is also working on to the Public Health Act to deal with the biological emergencies into the coming times, as we had seen, now the pandemic was a kind of a biological emergency. So for that particular thing, the protocols, the powers, the decentralization mechanism, all will be covered into the Public Health Act. Now guys, earlier also there has been basically suggestions that India lacks a comprehensive Public Health Act. So therefore, if a kind of a health emergency comes, the ad hoc mechanisms have been adopted. So to not to have that kind of approach, we need a comprehensive legislation, and now government had said that it is actively working on it. Now till now it has not been very clear that what will be the contents and what will be the provisions of this particular new act, but as time will pass we will be seeing this. But till then you can refer this particular Public Health Act as a reference into your answers. Now guys, into the article it has been said that the maximum jail is of 7 years, but guys, if we see from the legislative bill tracker PRS as well as from other newspaper, it has been provided as a 5 years. So guys, this is a kind of a discrepancy which is coming, but however, as more number of sources are saying as well as the PRS is saying it 5 years, so we'll consider it to be 5 years only. Now that's it, and now we'll move to the next article. Now guys, this particular article pertains to the MSMEs. Fine. Basically it pertains to the insolvency and bankruptcy code and how MSMEs are being talked. I will also tell you about this. Now, first of all, what has happened? As the COVID-19 has come, there is a huge economic implication also going on onto the companies. Now this is the time that the financial health is not good and the balance sheets are stretched. Now guys, into these times, if a corporate or a company is not simply being able to pay, it will not be wise to liquidate or to wind up that entire corporate. A time should be given. Now, this is equation number one. On to the other hand, see, in our country, there has been a record that we are very slow to liquidate, to wind up, or to close the companies. A kind of a term is used in India, that is the sick companies. So sick companies are kept on ventilator for so long time, and basically this thing has been not very good because much of the useful resources have been struck into these companies. So therefore guys, government in 2016 brought the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. Now, under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, it was said that a time-bound process of insolvency is to be taken up. Now, guys, first of all, what is the difference between the insolvency and bankruptcy? Now, insolvency is a phenomena, or basically insolvency is when a person is not able to pay back his liabilities from the assets or the money that he is having. So if assets is 100 rupees and liability is 150 rupees, he is simply not able to pay, he will declare or he will file for the insolvency. Now the court or the tribunals will intervene in between. They will see that okay, the total asset which you are having, how much is to be given to whom, and finally they will give the person the bankruptcy certificate. So bankruptcy is a status which is given after all the formalities have been completed. Now guys, under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, it was said that when a financial health of a company is not good, that into the time bound process, this entire thing is to be completed. Now the firm itself, the debtor, the creditors, the employees, anybody can file for the insolvency process. Now guys, there will be the insolvency resolution professional who will be looking that either can we revive this country by bringing some alternative plan, or we need to entirely liquidate, sell off their assets. Then guys, there will be the committee of creditors also will be made, and any resolution plan that is either to revive or to liquidate has to be approved by 75% of the creditors. Is it clear guys? Then guys, it has been said that if the insolvency for an individual firm is to be seeked, then they will go to the debt recovery tribunal, as well as if it is for the company or the LLPs, they will be going to the National Company Law Tribunal. So guys, this was the Insolvency Bankruptcy Code which came. Now coming back to the present times, as the financial health is not good, there could be the possibility that large number of creditors, debtors, employees, they will be filing for the insolvency of the corporates. But just by seeing the present condition, if insolvency is accepted, then there will be the problem that large number of people will lose their jobs also. So therefore, basically, it was an ordinance was passed where it was said that the insolvency and bankruptcies cannot be taken for the 6 months from the March to the next 6 months. So basically, that particular ordinance is now being converted into the act. So there will be no insolvencies from for the 6 month period. So guys, this is the entire issue which has been provided here. However guys, it has been said that if any company enters into the fraud, then that fraud is not being given any kind of protection. It is a separately punishable offense under section number 166 of the Companies Act 2013. So guys, this is all about this particular issue. And now we'll move to the next article. Now guys, this particular article provides that India's first CRISPR test has been launched by the Tata Group. Now, what has happened? Now guys, just a few months back, Tata has announced that they had found a new way of testing for the COVID-19 to see whether a person is having the SARS-CoV-2 virus or not. In that particular thing, they said that we will use the Cas9 protein. Now guys, what has happened? The CRISPR technology has been into the news repeatedly over 3-4 years. Now this part on this particular thing, there was even a question into the last year prelims, that was in 2019. Now CRISPR is a technology for gene editing. Okay, so here into the CRISPR, Cas9 protein is used, which acts as a molecular scissor. So if any person's there is a problem into the genes, then by using the Cas9, we can cut that particular section in a biological way and can replace that particular segment by a basically by some kind of mutation. Now this particular thing has shown a large number of promises into the biomedical field. Now to detect the COVID-19, again the Cas9 protein has been used by the Tata, and now that particular testing mechanism has been given the approval by the Drug Controller General of India. So into the times to come, we will also be seeing the testing mechanisms onto the basis of the CRISPR technology or by using the Cas9 protein. Now guys, this particular these kits, how they are useful, they are much more faster than the RT-PCR test. As RT-PCR tests report come in 24 to 48 hours, they are much more faster, and the sensitivity rate is comparable to the RT-PCR, which is a gold standard. So guys, this particular thing has been provided here. So that's it. Now we'll move to the next article. Now friends, we are into the science and tech section, and this particular article talks about doing the sewage analysis for tracking the COVID-19 prevalence. Now guys, first of all, what is the idea? Idea is such that the people who are infected with the COVID-19, they pass the traces of that RNA virus via their stools, and as their stools end up into the sewage, by analyzing the sewage waste, we can actually draw that how many people into the entire locality might be infected by the COVID-19 virus. Now guys, see, typically whenever a person gets infected, it takes some time to show the symptoms, and when he will show the symptom, further some time will be taken for the person to make a call whether to contact the doctors or not, and then the report will be coming in some 1 or 2 days. So in between, so much of time would have been passed that he might have infected a large number of other people, and if he is asymptomatic, then the probability of further infection is even more bigger. Moreover guys, if some region is becoming a kind of a cluster of the COVID-19 cases, and so many people are getting infected, then there will be even more demand for the hospital beds, for the hospital facilities, etc. And if suddenly all these people will come, the health facilities will not able to meet their demand. So guys, here the sewage analysis come in the picture. Now by routinely analyzing the sewage picture, if some spike into the cases is being seen, then beforehand we can prepare the health facilities, and beforehand actively we can send the team member, the health professionals team to see that who are there, who are actually infected but might be asymptomatic or might have not visited the health facility. Now guys, this particular thing, technology or this particular way has been used as into Italy, as well as right now it is being used into the US. And when the Italy's case I am talking about, just before the actual reporting into the number of cases into certain of the clusters in Italy, few days back, by the sewage analysis, it was already told that there could be the rise in the cases, and that thing was ascertained. So therefore the sewage or the sludge analysis had proved its efficacy. Now guys, it has been said that by this particular thing the advance notice will be given. Moreover, it can also be the solution for the delayed testing. So guys, in India also, we also need to think onto such kind of sewage or sludge analysis onto the regular basis. Such kind of data needs to be collaborated with the normal data, and if into some region some kind of extra normal units or spike is being seen, then government should focus onto that region first of all. So guys, that's all about this particular thing. A novel or a different kind of view has been given here into this article. Please do utilize it. So that's it, and now we'll move to the next article. Now guys, this particular article talks about the life markers onto the Venus. First of all, I had already taken this particular article into the last week, but still some new information has been given, and as I believe that it could be very important for our exam, so again, if it has been there, we'll take it up. Now guys, first of all, biomarker, what are they? Biomarker are basically, they are the indicators which points that life could be possible into some region. Biomarker could be a plant, biomarker could be some another organism, could be an species, anything could be a biomarker. Now guys, what has happened? Phosphine has been found on Venus. Now phosphine is a chemical compound which is made up of one atom of phosphorus and three atom of hydrogen. Now this particular compound which has been found, it points that either there could be some unknown biochemistry which is going on to the planet, due to which this phosphine is being formed, or there could be the presence of some life who is releasing this phosphine, because on earth the phosphine is basically released by certain microbes. So such kind of microbes might be living onto the Venus also. Now guys, onto the earth, some of the microbes living into the anaerobic condition, that is the anaerobic bacteria, they releases the phosphine. Now why this particular thing is so alarming into the case of Venus? Because Venus is highly basically a kind of a planet which is not livable. For example, the temperatures of more than 470 degree are recorded onto the Venus, number one. Number two, their environment is having high amount of the sulfuric acid. Number three, there has been till now no traces of the life onto the Venus. Number four, Venus is characterized by the runaway greenhouse effect, by which it traces all the incoming solar radiation, it traps heat and becomes very hotter. It is even hotter than the Mercury, which is the closest planet to the sun. So guys, it has been said that how such kind of life could be possible. Now guys, it has been said that it could be possible into the region of the clouds. Fine, because the clouds might be having a cooler region, so there such life could be possible. Now guys, this particular presence of phosphine was first time observed in 2017 by the James Clerk Maxwell telescope in Hawaii in USA. However, now it has been confirmed by the Chile, because there is an even advanced telescope, that is a 45 telescope array ALMA. Is it clear? So now much kind of excitement is there into the scientific community for this particular issue. Now guys, if we talk about the Venus, then there have been certain missions which have been made to the Venus. First of all, the European Space Agency made the Venus Express mission. Then guys, there is the JAXA, that is the space agency of Japan. It had the Akatsuki probe for the Venus. Then guys, the NASA basically the Parker solar probe, when it was going towards the sun, then it utilized the gravity of the Venus to get a thrust. Then guys, now the NASA is planning in 2021 that a mission will be launched for the Venus, as well as ISRO is planning for 2023 Shukrayaan 1. So guys, these are all the issues which have been provided with respect to the Venus. So with respect to your prelims as well as your mains, keep these things into your mind, they could be asked. So guys, that's all about the today's important issues, and now we'll move to the question section.
Now guys, please pause the video and try to answer the question. Question number 1 is with respect to the blue flag certification. Please read the statement and identify the incorrect code. Question number 2 is with respect to the Vaibhav Summit. Please read the statement and identify the correct code. Now, question number 3 is with respect to the 86th Constitutional Amendment Act. Please read the statement and identify the incorrect code. The question number 4 is with respect to the National Technical Textile Mission. Please read the statement and identify the correct code. So guys, as today there is a Sunday, there will be no mains question. So that's it friends. I hope you are liking our discussion. Thank you so much.